What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 146. We are approaching that 150 mark. Woo!
Yes!
Sorry, that was probably really loud in your speakers. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie Fresh.
Will it happen Wednesday? I hope so. Hi, everybody.
Yes, Ed's talking about the rumor direct for February 13th. Look, we've seen this before, but there's a lot of evidence pointing to it, but we'll get into that, because right next to me on this side is the wise Wisconsinite, Jesse Douglas.
How's it going, everyone?
In his Super Cuphead Bros shirt.
Yep.
It's my favorite. That's my favorite shirt. Every time I see you wear it, I'm like, man, I really want that. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? You guys doing good? I'm very excited, guys. I picked up some limited run games today.
Nice.
It was awesome. Picked up Ukulele and Super Meat Boy. So my Best Buy has like a ton of limited run stuff. Like they probably had like 10 copies of Golf Story just sitting there. And they probably had like 30 copies of Ukulele. I'm not even joking. It was on like 2 shelves. I'm like, this doesn't seem very limited.
See, who did the Xbox version? Because I have
Team 17 published it.
And then Limited Runs just only did the Switch.
Yeah,
one.
Limited Run only did Switch, because originally it wasn't going to come out physically for Switch, and then, well, you saw this. And then, like, I didn't even know Super Meat Boy was out yet, and it was like, Super Meat Boy was super cheap. It was only like $25 physically.
Oh, really?
Through Limited Run, so.
See, I didn't know that they did a physical version.
Yeah, I mean, they just announced it like probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then it was there. And I was like, well, if it's here, I might as well get it. I don't really have the money to get another game, but I'm going to get it anyway. So
I'll have to hit them Best Buy.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited to get those games, though. Because, Jesse, you and I talked about Ukulele like a month ago. And I was like, yeah, I might get it, but I guess, well, we'll see. We'll see if I get it. And then I was like, well, it's probably too late to get it.
Nope.
Yeah, see, that's what I wonder if they maybe didn't send a bunch of copies like to the some of the stores that didn't get as many, or because I feel like they were supposed to like only send a couple, or at least by me they only sent a couple of copies of each game there.
Yeah.
So like it literally did feel like a limited run here.
Yeah.
But maybe there's certain areas that they're sending more of them, or maybe like they literally took like whatever was left at any places where they weren't selling and sold them in places where they didn't, sell them yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they might have just shifted stuff around.
Yeah. Plus, like, I know there was a Best Buy close to me that closed down, so maybe this Best Buy absorbed some of the inventory.
Yeah.
And plus, like, nobody ever buys anything at my Best Buy. If you want something that's relatively hard to find, you can go to my Best Buy and you'll find it. So, which is crazy because, like, I don't live in, like, a small town or anything. Like, Akron is pretty big, So, I mean, it's fine. But, I got 2 limited run games officially. I'm a proud owner. I'm leaving them sealed too because I already own them digitally. There's no reason to open them, right? So.
Exactly.
Yeah. I opened my ukulele because I don't have it digitally, but I kept my Golf Story sealed. So
nice. I mean, I think in the long run, Golf Story will probably be worth a little bit more than the ukulele one. But
oh yeah.
The only thing is, though, is Best Buy has their own covers, so they're still not going to be worth nearly as much as the actual limited run covers.
Yeah, I don't think there's...
is kind of a bummer. But
I don't think there's... they're individually numbered for the Best Buy ones either, because I was looking... Unless it's on the inside, but... I mean, I looked on the front and the back. There's no number.
Yeah.
So.
The only number on them is what number release they were.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I think there's going to be a lot more. They also had Undertale. I don't know if Undertale was a limited run game or not, but they also had Undertale.
No,
there.
Undertale was Fan Gamer.
Oh, okay. Because they had like all the. It was weird. They had like all the Nintendo games in one section, and then all of, like the indie games / third party games in another section.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird that they're dividing them. But also, if you need a Switch Pro controller, my Best Buy has like 300 of them. Maybe not that many. That was super over exaggerated, but they are like, there's like a whole bin, like like Walmart's bargain bins that you go to, and they just like either candy or DVDs or whatever in it. They had one at the end of the Nintendo Switch aisle, and it was all Pro controllers. So,
wow!
I was like,
and Power A makes some really sweet looking ones.
Yeah, they had a bunch of those there too. Like they had
those
a Mario one.
But those are the wire ones.
No, they make wireless ones.
Yeah, they make wireless ones too.
I thought they
really
did,
sweet looking ones.
Is that
they do both. The wired ones are like significantly cheaper.
Yeah,
but they also had the wireless GameCube controllers there, which I wanted one, but I was like, I'm gonna get ukulele instead because I already have 3 Pro controllers, and I'm trying to wean myself off of the GameCube controller for Smash because I'm like, we gotta let it go, guys. We gotta let it go. Even though I have the GameCube adapter and 2 GameCube controllers here because of the Wii U, like my Wii U's hooked up because I want to record some of the Link to the Past stuff, which I finally like turned on. I didn't play it, but I turned it on yesterday to make sure everything on my Wii U was like set up and everything. And sorry guys, I know this isn't why you're here to listen to us to talk about garbage stuff like this, but like I thought my Wii U like went offline again. I'm like, why does my Wii U look so weird? Because like it had the generic Mii's like around the different sections of the plaza, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, they took Miiverse offline, so you're not going to see anybody else's Mii's here. I was like,
right.
So, but yeah, I was like, man, is my Wii U offline again? And then I checked to make sure all my Wii Virtual Console games were still there in Wii mode. I'm like, whew. Yeah, they're still there.
It's still there.
Let me tell you what, man. The most inconvenient thing about the Wii controller is that you have to have the Wii remote. I had the Wii remote sitting on my desk with the classic controller plugged into the Wii remote. Man. I'm so glad Nintendo finally got a controller right in 20 years. Like, the GameCube controller was, like, almost perfect. And then they went and made the stupid Wii remote and the stupid classic controller and then the stupid Wii U Pro controller. They finally got a controller right. They're like, we did something smart. We copied Xbox and made a great controller, except there's no headphone jack in the bottom. So, again, when I'm playing Switch, no sound because my baby's trying to sleep or something.
We'll just never agreed. I think this would be one of our first things that we have multiple disagreements with Scory about controllers and stuff. But
man, that GameCube, the wireless GameCube controller for the Switch though. I'm thinking about getting one, man, because it has 2 shoulder buttons. Like it has 2 proper shoulder buttons on each side, and the control sticks both click in, so they're like real sticks, and you can swap the C stick out for another regular GameCube stick.
I'm probably gonna have to go to Best Buy because I haven't seen one at all. I didn't know I thought all of them were like just USB ones.
Yeah, I mean they had the wireless one, they had the indigo one, and they had a black one. So at Best Buy. So I mean, depending on certain things, I might go back and get one.
They should have just made it. They should have just made the wireless ones the Wavebirds.
Oh, dude! Do you know how much of a fight that would be?
You know what's funny? Wavebirds are actually relatively inexpensive. Like, I mean, they're still expensive, but they're not as expensive as I thought. Like, if you go on eBay or Amazon or something, they're still only like $40 or $45, which is like not bad considering a Wii U Pro controller right now is $150. So,
I think I just sold mine like a year and a half, 2 years ago. With my the rest of my GameCube stuff. So I had given a whole bunch of my GameCube stuff to my nephews, and then but I kept some things. But
Wii U.
Man, let me tell you what though. Controllers. I found my collection of GameCube games at my parents. Like I keep bringing them back here into my apartment and then taking them back to my parents' house for storage because like I always forget that I don't have any room in my apartment, because like I used to have this big, huge game room, and now I'm like relegated to this little tiny corner in the living room because of the baby. And like I'm like, man, I need to get my GameCube over here and start doing some CubeCast recording stuff. And then I'm like, where am I going to put this stuff?
Yeah.
But I did find my Fire Emblem GameCube. Man, dude, that game, like, I was like, because Ed, you told me it was like a collector's thing, and I knew it was like relatively hard to find. Used copies of that game are going for like almost $200.
Yes.
What?
Dude, it's
for arguably the worst Fire Emblem game.
It was such a collectible because it was in a time that Nintendo was still doing limited Fire Emblem games here in America.
I bought it at GameStop for $24.99 used on. You can see it on the sticker. I'm like, good thing I picked this up when I did, I guess.
And don't forget because people was knocking GameCube for it being too kiddie and stuff, and I was just like, y'all need to get these games.
Did you play Fire Emblem on the GameCube?
I didn't. It was hard to find.
I mean, you could have just stopped it was hard because it was really hard. Also, I never really played strategy games before, so that might have had something to do with it. Also, I have the Wii version of Fire Emblem I didn't know I had, so all right. I was like, I totally forgot the Wii version of Fire Emblem even came out. Because they're like direct, like, I think the Fire Emblem, for the Wii version, I think is a prequel to the GameCube version.
I think so, yeah.
Because the Wii version is Path of Radiance, and then the GameCube version is Radiant Dawn. And I'm pretty sure the Wii version is a prequel. So, also, did you know that 2 Battalion Wars games came out for GameCube and Wii?
Yeah.
Did not.
Yes.
Forgot about that too. I'm like, oh man, Advance Wars came to GameCube and Wii. That's awesome.
They were, and then they said they were very average.
Yeah, well, they weren't as good as
the DS ones.
Yeah, well, in Game Boy Advance too, but.
Oh, that's it, right? That did come from Game Boy.
That's why it's called Advance Wars, Ed, because it came to a Game Boy Advance.
But it was Battalion Wars. But they didn't call it Advanced Wars, Battalion Wars for GameCube.
No, they just called it Battalion Wars. But then like Battalion Wars 2, it had 2 little eyes because it came to Wii. I was like, that's clever. That's classic Nintendo. Also,
so are they gonna make Switch Wars?
I hope so. I mean, talk about the success of Wargroove. They might be rethinking this after Fire Emblem, right? So.
You're right.
But also, fun fact, Advance Wars on DS was called Dual Strike, which are the first 2 letters of DS, by the way. Dual Strike DS. Awesome. Man, fun facts. Fun facts with Nintendo Pow Block, everybody. Let's get into some of this housekeeping so we can talk about what we've been playing. So, our March giveaway is well underway. Remember, you are given a chance to win the digital version of Yoshi's Crafted World for Nintendo Switch. The rules are simple. Subscribe to our YouTube page, then hop on over to our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Nintendo Pow Block, and post your screen cap along with your favorite Nintendo memory. That's it. You've entered. Now, I wanna address some people that have emailed us and said that they do not have Facebook, and I'm like, you're a liar. Everybody has Facebook. You are a liar. I'm just kidding. So if you do not have a Facebook, you can also follow us on Twitter at Nintendo_PBlock and tweet at us your favorite Nintendo memory along with a screen cap as well. So we're adjusting some of the rules there. Just because I guess Facebook, is quote unquote for old people is what I've heard through some snarky emails. If you're on Twitter, you can also follow us there and screen cap your subscription and send it to us there as well. So, Nindy Showcase continues its 2nd season with Just Shapes and Beats. You can watch me and Ed groove out to some sweet tunes on this week's episode of Nindy Showcase. Season's almost wrapped up. Prepping for season 4 of our flagship seasonal show, Pod and Play, over on youtube.com/NGR Radio. Very excited for that season to start, man. It's going to be a good season. I'm finishing up the episodes that are done. I'm editing them. I know we still have like 3 episodes to go, but I'm very, very happy with this season. Let me tell you.
Yes,
it's been a good season. So, still got to get Jason to hop on and play some Spider-Man with us, but you know those platinum guys. Jason and Jeff, looking at you. I'm just kidding. Anyways, by the way, if you like this show and want to listen to more of Nerds Gone Rogue, you should go support our other channels, such as Arsenal X, our Xbox channel and podcast, which you can download on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, and Nerds Gone Platinum, which you can subscribe to their YouTube channel and download their podcast on Thursdays at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. We're trying to get those other channels up to 100 subscribers, so if you want to head on over there and hit the subscribe button so they can get their sweet URLs, we'd really appreciate it. We all put a lot of hard work into these channels, and you know, a URL is a nice little reward for that. So you can head on over there. Also, if you're into Destiny, Division, I almost said the Dark Zone. If you're into Destiny, the Division, or Anthem, you can check out those podcasts as well. Javelins for Hire, our Anthem podcast, Tower Casuals, our Destiny podcast, and Dark Zone Junkies, which is our Division podcast. Check those out. Our Anthem show's getting some traction, Jesse. I'm pretty excited. I don't know if you looked at the subscriber numbers, but it's
no, I haven't.
It's almost to 50. So,
nice.
Yeah. So also for Javelins for Hire, we're giving away a copy of Anthem on your system of choice. So if you want to head on over there and check that out, check out those giveaway details as well. Also, one last bit of housekeeping before we get into what we've been playing. As you may or may not know, Kinda Funny is holding an up-and-comer YouTuber and podcaster program, which they will fly out some YouTubers or podcasters out there to do content with them for a week. So if you want to nominate us or any of Nerds Gone Rogue's hosts or anything, you can go over to kindafunny.com/up-and-comer and nominate us if you would like. If not, no big deal. But, I think it would be cool if, Nerds Gone Rogue got some representation on their shows. I think it would be really cool to, experience that since...
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that'd be cool. So if you want to head on over there and nominate us, that'd be cool. Cool stuff. Also, you can catch all of our content on our website at ngrradio.com, which I need to renew the the URL because it expires in 6 days.
Ooh.
I keep putting it off, and then I'm like, oh, man, I should probably do that. So, but anyways, we're going to get into what we've been playing finally, almost 15 minutes into the episode. Jesse, we're going to start with you since, when we started recording, we heard the little Mario music.
Yeah, so, I'll just keep mine simple. Mario, new Super Mario U. I've been playing that. And then I was playing it on Xbox, but it's also on the Switch, but I've been playing Away. And what is a Journey to the Unknown or something like that?
Journey to the Unexpected.
Yeah, Unexpected. That's
what is this
it is.
game? I don't think I've ever heard of it.
It was, I believe, during E3 that we seen it for the first time, right?
It's like a first-person role-playing game where your goal is to make friends, and then your friends help you out and explore more of the world.
Yeah, it's a very, very light, RPG style, very light roguelite. It's a roguelite. It's an RPG light. It's I don't know. It's kind of a mix of all different genres, but what it mostly does that really makes it interesting to me is it's humor, and it also gives you options of things you want to respond to the characters when you're talking to them. Mm-hmm. So it gives you different options of how you want to respond, and obviously with each option will change the outcome of how your chat with it your relationship with the person ends up and stuff like that. And it's super basic. Like if you've got like young like kids that are like 7 or so, or like at that age where they can kind of read and stuff, you might have to help them with some of the reading and stuff. But it's totally like good for adults because of the humor and stuff, but it's also good for kids, like learning like the very basics of like those kind of game types. So it's not very complex, but it's a lot of fun, and it still is challenging. Like it's like one of those things where you have to swing your or use your attack, and you got to time it just right, because you don't want them to get too close, because then they can attack you back. So you kind of got to find that sweet spot of where you can swing and make an attack where they're just close enough that you can attack them, but they don't get a chance to attack you. So it's challenging. I died a couple of times just trying to figure everything out, but yeah, like I enjoyed it, and what really does it for me is it's got some amazing graphics, or like the visuals and stuff in it are just awesome.
It's a anime style to it.
Yeah. I love it. Like all the characters are just really super interesting and funny looking, and like there's this one like early on. There's this like tree guy that's hilarious, and like my choice I made, like it was probably not a good choice because he no longer exists, but it was funny how it all happened. But yeah, like I did do one of our other show things that we do, the Arsenal X plays for it, so that will eventually be up if you want to see it, see what it looks like. But otherwise, just go check it out. I think it's really for for most ages. I feel like anyone will kind of enjoy it. It's just a fun little game, not too difficult, just fun.
The main character reminds me of Inuyasha, so that's why I'm just like, I just want to play this now.
Yeah, he's got this big like flowing like almost mullet like looking hair. Yeah, it's good. Like once you right off the bat when you're playing it, like and meeting the different characters, it's just hilarious. So
yes,
it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me as far as Switch stuff goes. So
nice. Ed, what about you? I think you and I have been. Well, I've dabbled in it, but I think you and I have been playing the same thing.
Yes, so I'm gonna save that game for last. Did pick up Away for Nintendo Switch. Still downloaded, so I didn't give it a try yet. Also picked up Dandara. It was on sale. Very interesting of a game, to say the least. Because you jump around. There's no direction.
That's the game with the black female character, kind of like a platformer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you don't jump, you don't have no kind of movement, like actual pressing left and right. You don't move around. You jump from space to space. And so I just started it. It's a cool game. It's a really cool game. I just got to learn more of it, and it kind of auto rotates at times in part of the level, but it's very fun. I also picked up. Sorry, I have my Switch with me. Also picked up War Groove. And I was telling Corey, I now of course I was going to buy Fire Emblem 3 Houses, but now I want Advance Wars, because War Groove is going to probably, when I get later on into the game, I'm probably going to be deep into it. It's easy mechanics. It really teaches you like from like the first 2 missions, kind of teach you how to move and things you could do with your units and stuff. I don't know if it has the yin yang system yet, like Fire Emblem does.
Like a rock paper scissors style system.
Yeah.
There is one, but it's like it's and it's less about that than more, and it's more about how you position your units to get critical attacks. So
yes,
I know there's certain criteria for certain units to get crits on people. Like I know the knight, if you're standing right next to your commander, you get a critical hit. I know the mages are kind of like you got to be back like 3 or 4 spaces to land critical hits. I haven't really gotten into the like. I've probably only played like one or two. I've only played like 1 or 2 missions. Honestly, I haven't really gotten that whole sense of like, because I was editing our new trailer last night. I give myself all these projects to work on, and then I never get to play games, even though I talk about games all the time. So like I was playing Wargroove while I was editing that, and like there's all these different kind of things to take into consideration when you're trying to land critical hits, or pairing up the right. You don't really pair them up like you do in Fire Emblem, but like you can. Like your knights, you want to move with your commander so you have a better chance of landing critical hits. You want to keep your mages far back and behind cover, right? Because they don't have high defense. That kind of thing. So,
right. And like when you press B or A, it's one of the buttons. It does an overview of the whole. I think it's why you do an overview of the whole map, so you can see where the enemies are at to better plan out your attack and stuff. And I think that's that's like really cool. I do kind of like the comedy in it right now, because your main character is a princess. So called Mercia, Mercia. At first I thought it said America. I thought her name was America. I'm just like, oh no. I'm like, no, that's not her name. But it seems like a little funny. So she walks out to go on the battle, and her crown drops. And one of the knights go pick it up. So there's a knight following you after every cutscene and stuff with a crown on a red pillow, and she says like, princess, wait. So it's really, really good. So now I could just see like a Advance Wars, like getting a remaster or something, a collection coming to Switch or even 3DS. I could see that happening. Which I also found out that Yokai Watch 3 is out on 3DS. And I'm just like, oh, that's just dropped like without no marketing. So I'm probably gonna pick it up for next episode and talk about it, about that game, because I want to get it, because I do enjoy the Yokai Watch. But seeing the one for Switch, Yokai Watch 4, I hope that comes to America next year.
I think it's coming this summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they said it was going to come this summer.
I
remember hearing something about it. I don't know if it. I can't remember what version it was, but I think Yokai Watch is coming out in the summer.
I wonder with that show, even like I wonder how popular it is here still. It's like
it's still popular. You just don't see a lot of the toys in certain areas. Because I know it was big when I was at Toys, and then I don't know if Target sells it or anything. But if there's some stores who do carry it, maybe Walmart.
Well, when I was at Best Buy earlier, they have like little plushies and stuff, because they have a pretty big 3DS section for Yokai Watch still. So they had
because my son loved that show, so I mean I know he liked it, but
so
when I seen the preview of it of Yokai Watch 4, like the Japanese preview, I was just like, level 5, because they did Ni no Kuni 2 also. I was just like, I could see how they incorporate some of that gameplay, some ideas into the new Yokai Watch, because that Yokai Watch for Switch looks amazing. I'm like, I need to buy this. I literally want to import it, because I think it's out, but I'm not sure yet. But I would import that game if I could.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think the way that game looks is really gonna. I think it might influence Pokemon, what Pokemon looks like on the Switch a little bit, because that game looks really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So. Ooh, I could see level 5 doing Pokemon's animation or graphics.
Well, I mean, I didn't mean level 5 doing Pokemon. I just meant like,
you
know, I'm sure the Pokemon team has looked at this version of the game and was like, man, this game looks great. We need to kind of like, because over there, you know, Yokai Watch it's not as big as Pokemon, but it's still pretty big over there. So
yeah,
yes,
you know, I'm sure they want to cater to that audience as well and be like, well, if this game looks better and plays better and has cooler mechanics, like maybe we should take a look at this and try to up our game a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Thing I'm interested in is I believe it's the next Dragon Ball game that's going to be made. It's going to be
the RPG.
Yeah, that it's going to be made by the people who do the Naruto games. So that should be really interesting.
For Bandai Namco.
Yeah, it's the team that does the Naruto games. Yeah, that kind of brought more popularity to that kind of game type.
That one is going to be interesting because I don't know if they're going to go for traditional or if it's going to be almost like the Naruto games, like going into battle. If it's going or like an action-packed battle game, because I could see it being an action RPG.
Yeah, I think the way they do the Naruto games would suit that very well because I mean, you know, most of the show is about like fighting for the most part. You know, they could do it the same kind of way.
Just don't have that camera. Yes, that camera is something else. So that's pretty much and you know, of course, when you guys watch AX tomorrow, you guys hear what we've been playing for the other consoles and stuff. But yeah, Wargroove is really good. Still playing Fire Emblem Heroes. Fire Emblem Warriors. They keep saying Heroes, and I get in my tail kick, dude. Because I think that's probably the one problem with Warriors is that they put up too many objections on it, and while you're trying to fight through one objection, if you're doing single player, you can't go and do the other one. But I think it encourages you to switch different characters to go handle those objections. And I keep forgetting to do that. I keep being with my one player because that's what I did with like Hyrule Warriors. Is that I stuck with that main character, and because you don't really switch, you try to hit as many areas that you can. But with Fire Emblem, since they put out many fighters that you could choose from, you need to switch constantly to handle those situations or to get to a certain place to travel. So I know I just need to get back and do that.
Nice. Anything else you've been playing, Ed?
Rocket Melee 2. I am 70% done with that game. I still got to get I got to get one more relic. And I think there's still some secrets and powers that I need to pick up. But I'm thinking I'm going to try to go in 100% this on Switch. Because it's really fun, and goodness gracious, it's still funny. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. And then I'll be lining up my stuff and trying to get back to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's my main before I get to Harvest Moon and Mega Man 11 and Octopath. I need to start beating more Switch games than buying them. It's the Xbox and PS4 problems that I buy all these games and don't beat them until like a year after they come out.
Make a rule where you got to beat 2 to buy 1.
Yes. Dude, like, I don't know if you can see Jesse on my Xbox, but I did my grouping. I fixed my grouping on my system. I just got to now put Dead Rising 3 on my system for the NX Challenge. I have everything. And I wished, hopefully Nintendo in the future bring the folders back that they did on Wii. Because I would love to do folders things on Switch. It would make my organization and gaming so easier.
Yeah, it was amazing. Such a small change that Xbox made to that menu, but it worked really well. So.
Yeah, dude, I'm now paying attention to that group thing, and it helps so much.
Oh man, did you see Did you see the Guacamelee 1-2 Punch edition that comes with both games?
Oh, I see. It's getting physical, right?
Well, it's weird because I don't think it's coming with cartridges. I think it's just a box with download codes for 1 and 2 in it, and then a bunch of extra stuff like a code for the soundtrack. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, well, hold on a second. I gotta.
Or is it maybe like everything else where you get one of them on the like you get two on the thing and you get the first one as a download?
I don't know. I thought I read that they were getting download codes for both games, but in the picture there's a cartridge. And in the description it says comes with a cartridge. So maybe like it's just one of those things where like, hey, you get download codes for the game. But I don't know. We'll see. It comes out on May 28th, though. So
yeah, we'll see. Oh, and everybody, if you have a Switch, Guacamelee 2 Deluxe Edition or something like that, it's like $17.99 on sale. It's a really good deal. I think it's the full game with the DLC, but it's not a bad price.
Yeah, I think it's only $40 for both. I mean, that's the cost if you would buy both games anyway.
Okay.
So. Well, I think the first one's 15, but I mean, there's the physical tax, I guess. So, but it's cool because it comes with both soundtracks and some art things and whatever. So,
yeah, soundtrack is really good in that game. So, but what about you, Corey? What you been playing?
Well, like I said earlier, I dabbled in Wargroove a little bit. That's a cool game. I think by the time this episode goes up, there'll be a quick look on youtube.com/Nintendo Pow Block and NGRradio.com. Plug. It's really cool, but I mean we discussed it already. So I mean I played a little bit of Travis Strikes Again for Switch as well.
Finally, I need to order that.
Finally got into that. It's fine. It's not fantastic. Like there's a cool combo system that you never have to use because all you have to do, like you don't even have to mash Y. I guess I almost said X, but X and Y are switched on the Switch controller. So you just hold down Y, and he just swings the sword the whole time. And then when it runs out of energy, you have to like recharge it by like shaking the right stick. It recharges the sword. So, and when you save, you go into an outhouse, into like a porta potty, and you take a poop, and that's how you save the game. So.
Classic Suda 51. Because you did it on the old versions on Wii.
Wow. So, but yeah, that's kind of all I've been playing in terms of Switch. I've been playing. Oh, I played some Smash. I tested out the Piranha Plant, and he's actually pretty cool. Like he's a good up and close character. Like you can really get in a lot of quick punches. He has this like the spike balls that it comes out of his mouth and you can throw a little bit of a distance. There's this weird like poison powder or poison blast you can do where it's just like this puff of smoke that lingers, and if people run into it, they start losing health a little bit, which is kind of interesting and kind of like I don't really know any other character that really has that except for maybe Jigglypuff with the sleep stuff, but you can move around in this purple puff of smoke and actually just lingers. So I don't really know any other character that really does that. So that was kind of cool. And then it has the basically almost like a Link style up B where you say like the jump that everybody uses to save themselves, like the spin attack jump. But he kind of flutters. So it's kind of like almost like a Link style spin attack with a peach umbrella flutter.
I need to get back into Smash. I've been playing everything else, and I got to unlock the rest of the list. So it's like but and I can't believe Boss beat me on that. He unlocked everybody, and I still haven't. I'm like, oh, I'll get there.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of all I've been playing in terms of Switch. I've been trying to, like, really try to move around and do some stuff. I mean, I dabbled a little bit more in the Valkyria Chronicles, but I wanted to play Wargroove, and now I don't know which game to play first because they're both similar games, and I know if I play one, I won't play the other. So, I'm stuck in this strategy hole. I don't know where to go. But I mean, that's all I've really been playing for Switch. I've been trying to get a lot of stuff done for the website and everything, so that's my excuse every time for not playing games, but I'm just trying. So yeah, that's kind of it though. So that's all I've really been playing. But
I'm so happy that you're doing a link to the past. I cannot.
Yeah,
wait.
I mean, I turned it on and I'm like, okay, it works. I'll play it later.
Done. The start of your index challenge.
Yeah, man, I need to start that.
Dude, do not worry. That's happened to me many a times. That you just cut a game on and then you do something else. Be like, oh, I forgot this game was running.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about finishing Alone in the Dark on Dreamcast for part of my NX chance.
Wow.
Jesse, more power to you if you can. You know what? I'll give you 5 points automatically if you can do that to show a picture.
Wow. All right, we're gonna get into some of this news here. So there's news, but there's two big topics we really need to discuss on the show today. There's some news, but this is probably the most important news. And with the Nintendo Direct rumors coming for Thursday or Wednesday, February 13th, it's probably a good time to talk about it, since by the time this posts, there might be a Direct tomorrow. So we'll see how right we are.
Yes.
First of all, the first story comes from Eurogamer. Microsoft plans Xbox Live for Nintendo Switch and mobile devices. So this comes from Tom Phillips over at Eurogamer. Microsoft is readying a new level of Xbox Live support for Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android devices. The Windows maker teased the reveal due next month at GDC 2019 via industry event's own conference schedule. This was via Windows Central. The move will see Microsoft integrate Xbox Live achievements, friends, clubs, and game history into non-Xbox and Windows PC platforms for the first time. Xbox Live is about to get much bigger, the description reads. Xbox Live is expanding from 400 million gaming devices and a reach of over 68 million active players to over 2 billion devices with the release of the new cross-platform XDK. Get a first look at the SDK to enable game developers to connect between iOS, Android, and Switch, in addition to Xbox and any game in the Microsoft Store on Windows PCs. You can already sign in to Xbox Live profile on Nintendo Switch and mobile platforms with certain Microsoft games, the cross-platform Minecraft being the most obvious example. So this is pretty big news. I think a lot of people are like, oh man, Xbox is coming to Switch. And it's like, no, it's not. It's just enabling people to connect better and probably have party chat on Switch finally, so you don't have to turn your Xbox on and chat while you're playing Switch games. Keep updated on your friends lists, maybe make purchases, see your achievements, that kind of thing. And with games like Minecraft, and maybe we'll see other cross-platform things like maybe like Rocket League, Fortnite, those types of games get Xbox-style achievements on the Switch versions as well, and maybe they'll use the voice chat and whatever. So, but that doesn't mean this isn't going to turn into something bigger in the future. This doesn't mean we may not see something like Rare Replay or Cuphead on Switch at some point. But as of right now, to manage expectations so we can be hyped later when it really is announced, it seems like it's just an app coming to Switch, to basically the phone app that we are using right now. So,
what I think it will end up being, if it did become anything more, I don't think we'll get the actual games on the Switch technically. Like, you will be, but it's going to be once they move over to that streaming service that they're talking about offering. Like, you'd be able to stream Xbox games and play them using your Switch. I think that's the closest that it would get to ever having actual Xbox games on the Switch at this point. I mean, they might still release like digitally, but But I think that's going to be the more of the direction that they would end up going, just because they plan on that working on phones and all that stuff anyways. So
Well, I think that is true. I think they still could bring still could bring Game Pass. They could bring like Ashen and like Ori and the Blind Forest below and stuff like that. And so I think it was Ryan McCarthy from Unlocked when he was talking about bringing up Minecraft, because Minecraft is a game on Switch that if you play it, you unlock the achievements on your Xbox Live account.
Yeah, like so, when I log into Xbox Live and you check your achievements, like you go down and it says Minecraft for Nintendo Switch on my Xbox. So
yeah. So and I think that would literally be cool if Microsoft offered that more of their published indie games came to Switch, or if there was an indie game that you did buy that was also on Xbox, that you can unlock it. Like you can unlock the achievements. So it might be like me and you, Jesse, playing Away. Like if I'm liking stuff, if I'm playing stuff on Away and I have Xbox Live on my Switch, it'll start unlocking stuff on it. So when let's say you want to compare to see where my progress is at, you see that even though I don't own the game on Xbox, those achievements are connected to it and they're unlocked. I think that would be cool. Another thing and it just hit me like yesterday, I was thinking, I'm like, what if later on, using the cloud thing that you mentioned, Jesse, you can use Xbox controllers on Switch? Like it might be technically not be able to happen, but I'm like, if Microsoft and Nintendo could work to get the adapter controller to work on the Switch, why not do the Xbox One controller?
Well, it's literally like all you'd need is an app for you to be able to use the Xbox controller with the Switch now, because there's an app I use on my phone. I think it's called Octopus, where you can basically you download that app on your Android or Apple phone, and then it hijacks basically your Bluetooth, and it allows you to hook up and remap buttons of your Xbox controller to your Android phone. So that's what I was using actually to play PUBG or Fortnite on your phone. You can actually use an Xbox controller to play it. So
and you know, and I think Microsoft is technical enough to do something like that. And if Nintendo I know Nintendo's just like, well, you know, for the Xbox games, you guys could do that. You know, like, so if they do put Ashen, you still could use the Nintendo controllers that you want. But if you got to have an Xbox Live account, you are able to use this controller, but only for this game. You can't use the Xbox One controller for Smash or nothing like that. You know, I think that would be cool. I think the controller situation going live with this Xbox Live app coming to Switch, I think that would be so beneficial, because that's more sales. To me, controller-wise, that's more sales for Microsoft.
Yeah.
And I would love to play Ashen on my Pro controller.
I mean, also, like, you know, if with, you know, like, I think with the Bluetooth controllers, like making Game Pass on mobile phones would be like super smart as well, especially if xCloud works the way they want it to and says it will. You know, like playing it on my Switch would be way better, you know, like through xCloud or even downloading certain games. But like with what Microsoft is building in terms of services and Xbox Live and Game Pass and xCloud, and like once you merge all these features together, they're going to have some sort of platform that's unrivaled in the industry. You know, I mean, Nintendo will always have their first party stuff and be innovative and stuff, and Sony is kind of like in their own little subsection of whatever they're doing over there, you know. But like Microsoft is, you know, we've seen it in the last couple of years. They've been in this phase where they want to unite gamers, whatever platform you're playing on, and like this seems like another step in that direction. So eventually, when Scarlet comes out, or I want the streaming box, or I want the hardcore box, or I just want to download the app, or I want to stream these games to my phone while I'm on the bus or whatever. The
transition would be easy.
They're making it way easier for people to connect via Xbox, and putting it on the Switch I think is a smart idea. Plus something that I know we will probably talk about on Arsenal X later, but like putting Xbox Live on Nintendo platforms benefits both companies.
Oh yeah,
Nintendo, I think putting Xbox on Nintendo system and whatever this eventually might become, will draw the hardcore crowd over a little bit more, and then putting Xbox on a Nintendo system benefits Microsoft in the Japanese market. Which they've never had a foothold over there. They've never ever had a foothold over there. And so, getting Xbox Live on a Nintendo platform will introduce more Japanese gamers to Xbox, and then they'll be like, "Oh, well, this is interesting. How do I what is this? What games can I play on Xbox?" And then, it benefits both parties. And so plus it benefits a lot of indie games, a lot of third-party games as well that appear on both platforms. Wargroove has cross-platform play, Rocket League, Fortnite, Minecraft, like in whatever else decides to use this, because this is an open platform for them too, for like indies and third-party games can implement this stuff in there as well. So plus with that, the other light news story with that, with I forget what the company's called, but they have a development kit for voice chat and text chat on Switch too. And it's already available. It's what Fortnite is using for their chat. And so like if that's already implemented into other games, like if you can cross-platform chat on Switch as well with Xbox, with your friends list on Xbox, you know how big that's going to be? Like if I'm sitting on the couch playing my Switch, watching, catching up on something on Netflix, and Jesse's playing Apex Legends on his Xbox, and I see that he's on, I can chat with him without turning my Xbox party stuff on, without having my controller plugged into my Xbox because it's dying because I never plug it in, and then having my headset plugged into my Xbox controller while I'm watching YouTube and playing Switch. That's so many unnecessary, more complicated steps that you're going to need. And so like I really think implementing Xbox Live is going to be such a huge factor for the gaming side of things.
Yeah, and I think this kind of explains why Microsoft decided to build a base kind of in Asia or whatever. I wonder if they kind of like had all these things kind of going on, and they want to have people there close to Japan that can work with everything to make sure that people are satisfied with the way things are going when they start putting this kind of stuff on the Switch, and to kind of have people there to listen to what those people there want and really make them feel included, so Microsoft does have a little bit more of a notice there. So because it was kind of weird, like when we first heard about that, like it's like, wow, they really are serious about wanting to try to create some friendships over where they really don't have much going on. So
in Japan,
yeah, just in that part of that region of the world in general,
Yeah. So I mean, Xbox Live on Switch, we'll have more to report on that soon. But this is a huge deal. I think it's a bigger deal than most people realize. So
and I'm going to try to watch the talk if they do a streaming for GDC. I'm going to try to watch it to get more info because I'm excited to see what they're going to talk about at GDC with this. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next story here. This is the even bigger rumor story that's been floating around the internet the last probably 3 or 4 days or so. Emily Rogers is a known leaker for Nintendo games. She's been doing it for years. She, leaked Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. She's done all kinds of. If you don't know who she is, you should follow her on Twitter and you should look up her history because she's done so many predictions. She also predicted that there wouldn't be a January Direct, and guess what? We didn't get one. So, yeah. Anyways, this message comes from IGN. Emily Rogers has kind of let me start over here. She's given us the leak of, well, it's not really a leak, but it's more of a her insider information from Nintendo has indicated that there are 11 to 12 first-party projects coming this year to Nintendo Switch. To be fair, a lot of them are either Wii U ports or eShop games, and there's at least one Nintendo Labo project in there. So that was the other thing I was trying to tell you guys in the chat, but I couldn't remember what it was. Of course, it's Labo, the one thing probably their biggest initiative outside of the Switch itself right now. So this was posted. Indeed, 5 is the floor minimum, not the ceiling. The ceiling could be as high as 11 or 12. It's difficult to give an exact number because any game can be pushed back to 2020 for marketing or scheduling reasons. Let me try to explain this better. The most likely Nintendo published game announcements for 2019, 70% chance or higher. There are 4 mystery games exclusive to the Switch. And by the way, these aren't counting what's already been announced. So Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem, Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon, Bayonetta 3, and what was the other one? Let's see, Yoshi's Crafted World. They don't count these titles. So 4 mystery games exclusive to the Switch, 1 Wii U port, which is another 2013 title, which could be Wonderful 101, Pikmin 3. There's something else that came up that was big that year too, but I don't really remember right now. Sorry, I came ill prepared. 2 eShop projects and a new Labo kit. So those are the 8 things that have a 70% chance or higher coming out this year. The maybe games for 2019, they're wild card titles, 50% chance or less coming out this year, maybe pushed into early next year. Retro Studios secret game, assuming it wasn't canceled, which everybody, I think it's that Star Fox game, that Star Fox Grand Prix. So that Metroid Prime Trilogy, assuming Imran Khan's info is correct, and Mystery Wii U port number 2. So there are your 11 games right there. Also, the 12th game could also possibly be a Wii U port,
which we didn't even include the Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that doesn't include that either. So
I have a question. Would the Wind Waker HD fit under the
20
eShop?
No, I think it would fit under Wii U port.
Yeah, but it came out later though. I think 2014 or 15, the HD one. Whatever Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. It was 2013. I believe a month after. It was
Wind Waker HD release date. February 20th, 2013 was Wind Waker HD's release date.
Okay.
So could possibly be that, which would be great, especially if they want to start pushing Zelda out faster. I know they said they wanted to get more Zelda titles on the Switch. So, Look, Wind Waker needs to be on a system people are buying. Sorry, but it does. I mean, it's stuck on the 2 worst-selling Nintendo consoles of all time. So, not that they're bad consoles, they're just the worst-selling ones.
I want to call them worst-selling. I'll call them low-selling.
They're the worst-selling. They're at the bottom. They're nuzzled right up next to Virtual Boy, Ed. So
that's why I say low selling. I'm going to be nice with my Nintendo consoles, so I would say low selling.
The Wii U port that's rumored to be being pushed out into 2020 is Super Mario 3D World. So, I mean, that makes sense. You wouldn't want to release 2 Mario games in the same year, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
2 ports at that.
Yeah, 2 ports. Yeah, you are correct. Although, we could use some Mario Golf. That would be a Mario game. I would take a second Mario game. I would take this year.
We could wait on that. We could have an announcement, but we could wait on that.
Ed, is it because golf is a white sport?
No, it's just that.
Even though the best golfer in the world is not white at all, so.
Pretty much. It's just that I want a different sports game. I want that volleyball sports game.
Nobody wants volleyball. Nobody wants that Mario wrestling volleyball game.
Oh, I want that so bad. I read that.
All right, so for those who don't know, there was a game. I think it was being prototyped for GameCube.
It was,
and it never came out. But it was a Mario volleyball game, but also implemented wrestling into the game. So it was like this really weird mix of volleyball and wrestling. I don't know how that happens or what you do, but that's, yeah.
At that time, it was a little bit too much because I think that's how Super Strikers came out. I think.
Man, Super Strikers. I would like another Super Strikers game too.
And that one, I would think it would come out. Mario Golf is going to come out for Switch because of the Joy-Cons. That's a given. Yeah. They'll be crazy not to bring that game to Switch and bring it out. Mm-hmm. I just don't want it out yet. I want all these other games, and then
I wouldn't mind Mario Bowling either.
I'm telling you, dude, Wii Sports HD just needs to come out. Just make Wii Sports HD.
But I think it would be fun to actually have a Mario Bowling, like where you have like all the characters can do all the goofy like their reactions and stuff after you either like miss a spare or like get a strike or like have where they do different animations for certain things.
Can I get a superpower that would make me play as Mario, grab a Wario and throw him down and get a strike as a superpower, like a special move?
Wow. So, man, 5 unannounced Switch games for the next year or so. That's a lot of games, man. A lot of first party games that and this kind of coincides with what they kind of said at their earnings report last year that said they're prepping one game for whatever the next direct is as something quote fans will be delighted to hear about, and then the other game that they're prepping bolsters their online system.
Is it level 5 doing like a RPG for Switch? Was like Junktown or something like that?
I don't know. I know the Pokemon Company is doing Town, or not Pokemon. Game Freak is doing Town.
Game Freak. That's it. Okay.
Game Freak is doing Town, which is it's a working title, but where it's an RPG that takes place in one town. So that's pretty interesting. But
because I wonder if Nintendo's publishing that one. I'm assuming they are.
It's Nintendo is publishing it.
Okay.
So
then we'll probably see something. Hopefully we'll probably that's E3, but we'll probably see something this direct for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, the rumor is there's a February 13th direct, and they're gonna show off a bunch of games that are coming out this spring. Because out of all the games, we only have release dates for one game, one of Nintendo's 6 announced games, and now 5 unannounced games. Like, I mean, that's a lot of games to not have a release date for. I understand last year Sony, like when Sony had 3 games coming out and they only had release dates for one of them, like. That's fine, and then 2 games, but like Nintendo this year, 11 games, man.
They need they need to get the summer and the fall announcement release dates.
Yeah,
like we can worry about winter.
They need to get the spring first because Fire Emblem is still scheduled for spring. So, and also there was a rumor flying around Reddit today that Luigi's Mansion is coming out in July. Which is a terrible time to release a spooky Halloween game.
Well,
should be October.
I think that one is going to get pushed. If they try to do that for July, I'm like, no, push that to October.
That's got to be October, man. Like Luigi's Mansion is the perfect spooky game for October.
Right. at this point in time, there's nothing for October that we know is coming out. So why not let Luigi's Mansion 3 be the leading game for October?
Yeah. But let's talk about these Wii U ports for a minute. What do you guys want to see in terms of Wii U ports? What do you want to see in terms of, what don't we have for Switch that we would like to see? I know rumor titles are Wonderful 101. Tokyo Mirage Sessions has been gaining traction lately in terms of rumored Switch games, which I think would be perfect for the Switch, especially because a lot of that game takes place, on a cell phone.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think that game would be awesome. Pikmin 3, although I think they're just one of the unannounced titles is just going to be Pikmin 4. So, if you're going to put out Pikmin this year, I don't know if you would put out the third one. Pikmin 3 was a fantastic game and a visually stunning. Not my favorite Pikmin game. I still think the first one is the best Pikmin game. I like the simplicity of just one pilot roaming this giant planet and trying to survive on the planet while you find the parts to fix your spaceship. I still think that first game is the best one. But if you did that on a massive scale, that would take longer than I'm pretty sure I beat Pikmin 1 in one sitting. That's how short that game is, and I think I beat it in 4 hours.
Oh, you good.
I had the strategy guide, and I read the strategy. I got the strategy guide before I got the game because I knew I wanted Pikmin, and so I read the strategy guide. I would go to bed with the strategy guide reading it because I think the first two games I got for... Sorry, there was a car alarm going on outside.
Oh.
Magic of editing. I remember the only game I had for GameCube for a long time were Luigi's Mansion and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Oh, wow.
And then I ended up getting Pikmin and Smash Brothers later down the road.
Uh-huh.
But I got the Pikmin strategy guide before I got the game, and so I would sit there and read it and okay, and then I would go on GameFAQs or IGN before it was this mega site. It was just tips and codes and stuff, and try to figure out the fastest way to beat it, the perfect, because you could beat the game. I think there's 30 parts total, but you could beat the game with 21 of the parts. But there was also a, I don't know if it was a secret ending or a special ending that you got if you got all 30 parts within a time, a certain time frame.
Yeah.
And so I was like, how am I going to be the most efficient? And I sat down and I was like, all right, here we go. And I had little Post-it notes and drawings inside the strategy guide. It was the most, I don't know. Did you guys ever do that with strategy guides where you would take little Post-it notes and make notes, your own notes in there as you're playing the game?
No.
Oh man, Ed.
I didn't do strategy. I said previously, only did two strategy guides. All right, only did two strategy guides, and that was Secret of Mana and Ocarina of Time, and that was only because I couldn't find one thing, and I found it and then never looked back.
Oh man, my Ocarina of Time strategy guide is destroyed, man. The cover is falling off and the pages are all taped together, and dude, that and my Super Mario 64 strategy guides are they're destroyed, man. I still have them though, so I mean,
I can't even find my Super Metroid one.
Oh man, dude,
and I didn't even buy that one.
I had two different Ocarina of Time ones. I think it was an official one and then another one.
Yeah, Prima.
I sold both of them.
I think Prima did. Prima did a Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time once, and then Nintendo Power had their official guides. So I have the Nintendo Power Ocarina of Time one, which was I was like, man, because I think I got it. I think I only got it because I renewed my subscription, and they were offering a free strategy guide if you renewed your subscription. So,
nice.
Man, Nintendo Power, what a great magazine. I miss Nintendo Power so much.
Yeah. I miss all those tips and tricks and all those fun ones. It used to back then we used to just go and buy them comic books every week, go and just buy all the different magazines and stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, Wii U ports. Back to the Wii U ports.
Star Fox Zero.
No. Please. Here comes Ed's defense of Star Fox Zero.
No. The mini NES games that challenge you. It came
the NES remix.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's rumored to be one of the eShop titles. NES remix.
eShop titles.
The Ultimate NES remix, which has both of them in it.
Because then I know they didn't do a physical one for Wii U, but I know that. Oh, they did.
Yeah, it has both of them in it. It's the NES remix double pack or something. Yeah, they ended up bringing it out physically, and then they made the Ultimate one for 3DS.
For 3DS. Okay, so that's the one I was thinking. As of like they have that Wii U port version, and maybe you know what they could do that as the Wii U port, and then do part 3 for eShop game.
Yeah, I mean they could. I still think that like the NES remix stuff is going to be their eShop stuff first. I think they're just going to put it on the eShop to see how it does.
What is the square? What is you play as the white cube one?
Box Boy. There is a rumor that the Box Boy trilogy is coming as a triple pack.
Dude, that needs to be on Switch physical.
Dude, Box Boy is amazing. Have you ever played Box Boy, Jesse?
I didn't. Gosh,
you're missing out, man. It's just all you do is like solve puzzles by creating little boxes. It's amazing. It's the best game ever.
Puzzles are so creative and the music is good. I actually love the music in that game. It's as minimal as it is. It's really good. So I could see that coming to Switch. I would love to see that.
Well, and we talked about not having another Mario port, but I think it would be different enough if they did like the Paper Mario. Like it would be different enough at least that it wouldn't be exactly like new, Super Mario U. They could do something like that because I know a lot of people love the Paper Mario.
I think one of the rumored there's so many rumored titles out there. If you fall down a Reddit rabbit hole, don't fall down the Reddit rabbit hole, guys. It's insane. But one of the rumored titles for a long time has been Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door HD.
And that's what
It was rumored for Wii U for a long time, and then we ended up getting Color Splash instead, which wasn't bad. It wasn't a terrible Paper Mario game, but I think people really want the RPG stuff to come back for Paper Mario. Which, I mean, they kind of split that. They kind of split that into Mario and Luigi, though. Those games are amazing too, by the way. The Mario and Luigi games.
I can see that being one of the unannounced games coming to Switch. But I would love Color Splash also to come to Switch, and that might just be me. I
wonder if these Wii U ports are going to be like testing grounds for a sequel to these games. Like I wonder if like they have a sequel in the works. Like if they just release it to garner some attention for a sequel. Like I know Wonderful 101 is a huge rumor. Platinum's been teasing that for over a year.
Yeah.
Because they want to make a sequel to that game. And I know Nintendo publishes that. So, I mean, they could be teasing that as a Wii U port.
Well, definitely with Platinum wrapping up with that the Grandia Blue, that contract situation, with that being over, that frees up Platinum to do that. So I think that's a possibility that we may see that on Switch, but it's probably going to be something down, maybe an announcement next year or end of the year direct. Unless they have been developing it and then moving people now to bring more polish to it. That probably could happen.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, man. There's so many things. I'm just like, my brain is like running a million miles a minute right now trying to think of things that they could be. Now, granted, let's take into consideration here, though, that not all of these games are going to be announced at the next Direct, right? I think they said 2 new games will probably be announced at the next Direct.
We'll probably see Nintendo Land 2.
Oh, jeez.
But that might end up being like 1-2 Switch. Oh, go ahead, Jesse.
I was gonna say, what about with the success of the Super Mario the 3D game? Like, what if they were to do like the Galaxy, like or like those
collection?
type of or bring something like that like back just because the new one did so well for them.
people have been wanting the Galaxy both games to be packed to come to Switch, but I think Odyssey has kind of ruined it in a sense because of how great Odyssey is. Going back to the Galaxy games,
it'd be a good stopgap. I don't.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think if they were to do that, the thing is with Wii ports, like, and the reason why I think we haven't seen Metroid Prime Trilogy yet is because like everybody kind of forgets that the Wii wasn't an HD console, and upgrading those assets to HD, which I know Galaxy and Galaxy 2 have already been upgraded to HD because of the Chinese NVIDIA Shield market that Nintendo's kind of testing the games in. They have a bunch of Wii games on that thing, which, you know, full controller support and everything. I'm actually really jealous. I think, what is it? Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Twilight Princess. What was the other game that they put on that thing? I don't remember, but they up-resed all these games, and they're still making.
Was it Pikmin?
It might have been Pikmin. They're doing these up-resed versions of these games for China, and they're actually doing really well. And so those ports are kind of, I don't want to say done, but like they
easily move them to Switch.
You know, I think, you know, we could start seeing up-resed Wii games at some point. I think, you know, in terms of ports, there's very few Wii U games left. You know, we've talked a little bit about it, some of them already, but let's see, what are the major Wii U games that haven't come? I think Tokyo Mirage Sessions is one.
Yes.
Mario Maker is one, although I think at this point they're just going to do Mario Maker 2.0. Super Mario 3D World is one, and then what? What are the?
Well, they're like a Star Fox, like I said,
well,
but
I don't think that's a big one though. I'm talking like just the major ones, and then the Twilight Princess, Wind Waker HD ports.
Xenoblade Chronicles X could come.
Well, they already said they're not working on it.
I know, but I still would love to have that. Come on, Monolith Soft is doing some other stuff, so they like literally secret. But I mean, that was a major one to the Wii U system. Yeah. So just digging outside to that question, that game would have been one.
I'm trying to think of the Wii U games I have over there right now.
Well, and the Paper Mario Color Splash or whatever.
Yeah. Let me see here. Wii U, let's see. We got Captain Toad already.
We got
Tropical Freeze already. We got Hyrule Warriors already.
Pokemon Fighters.
We got
Pokemon. We got that.
Let's see here.
The Tekken Tag Tournament. No. That came for Switch. I mean, but Nintendo published that, and Ninja Gaiden 3. Nintendo published, but those games were on the Wii U. They just haven't been brought back to. They haven't been brought or announced for Switch.
Well, Tekken Tag's on the other consoles already, and Tekken 7 is out already. So I mean, I don't think they would go backwards for that. But they could probably put something Tekken Tag related on and add Nintendo characters. I think because of Ultimate Alliance that they're working on, they wouldn't be. Plus, they said if they were going to port a Tekken game to the Switch, it would be 7. It just depends on what the response from the audience is for it. So
it has. The Tekken 7 came out right.
Yeah, it got really good reception. So
okay, because
their DLC characters are a little questionable, but.
Yeah, because like Tekken 7 and Soul Calibur 6, they came out and they've been silent for a while.
Tekken 7 has gotten a ton of. Tekken 7 is way bigger than Soul Calibur.
It is, but people continuing to talk about them since their release. The last time the people talked about them were because of the DLC characters. Not many people have been talking about Tekken 7 like they are talking about Smash.
No, well, I mean, it's not the same type of game.
I mean, it's not the same type of thing, but if you're a big game with a big reception, people will continue to talk about you. And the talk about Tekken 7 has just been kind of non-existent.
Well, now, I mean, it's sold 4 million units, so somebody's buying it.
Somebody's buying it, but
that's the one that a lot of people were talking about for the longest time, and I still. Or is it that one, or what's the one with the creative character?
Soul Calibur 6.
Soul Calibur, yeah, that's the one that I've heard the most talk about. Like, just people talking about that and just like creating characters. I still see new footage of people playing that and stuff all the time too.
Right, we're gonna steer back into this into the topic because like. I don't think anybody listening to the show really cares about Tekken and Soul Calibur.
but for Wii U games, that's for Tekken Tag. That was why I mentioned that.
Yeah. So the last topic we're going to kind of talk about is the 5 mystery Switch exclusive games. What they could possibly be. What are they going to show us? What are these games going to be? The whatever Retro Studios game is, I still think is going to come this year, and I still think it's Star Fox Grand Prix since they've been working on a project for 4 or 5 years, and I don't think if something's that close to being done, Nintendo's going to scrap it. I don't think they're going to put that much money into a studio and not let them put their project out. I thought Retro was going to do a new IP. Doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore, at least of right now. So, Retro's Star Fox Grand Prix game, I think, is I would put it like 80% sure thing announced. Maybe not coming out this year. Maybe it'll come out early next year, be their big February title, or March even. Kind of slide into that Yoshi's Crafted World Kirby slot. Which You know how accurate I've been with that March slot. So.
I still think that Arms 2 is going to get announced. That's one of my biggest
you are
feelings.
Insane for thinking that.
We're going to go with that Star Fox game, then I'm going with Arms 2. I would have more faith in Arms 2
Nintendo
being
says
announced.
they only release one of their non-major IPs per iteration. B, Arms is still getting updates and content, so
but they
they're not
still
going to put out a sequel.
But they still could announce Arms 2. Just an announcement.
Man,
that's all they got to do.
We're gonna fight. That is
you
might as well just.
But the Nintendo fans have Smash. Why do they need that?
Yeah,
because Arms is still a big community. You might not realize
but if they keep on updating it, you don't need a new one.
Even though they still keep updating it, they still can announce Arms 2. It don't matter if you're a game that still get updates. You still could be announced. It happened with Destiny. Destiny was getting a whole bunch of updates, and they announced Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 wasn't supposed to be out until the 10 years was up. So what does that say? So Arms 2 still could be announced.
That's not true. Destiny 2 was supposed to be out a year before. There were supposed to be 4 games in over a 10-year period.
I thought it was supposed to be 10 years.
Each game was getting a game, an expansion, a game, an expansion, a game, an expansion, a game, an expansion.
But they changed their plans for that.
Well, they had to because Bungie couldn't do the output of what Activision was wanting. And so, getting back to Nintendo here. Yeah. Arms 2 is not happening on this platform.
Arms 2 will be happening on this platform. You asked us for a prediction. You asked us for predictions, and that's what I'm sticking with. It's a prediction.
Man, Ed, you're losing so bad at this game.
No, and watch. I'll be losing, and yes, I'll take my blows because there's some wild stuff that I said.
You don't think Nintendo would try to put out an IP that's not on the system yet, as opposed to a mediocre selling IP for the Switch?
Well, Arms 2 sold about almost 2-3 million copies for a new IP, and then for them to see that big community, that would be crazy to not support that game again.
I'm just saying they're still supporting this game. Why would they put out another one?
Because all the updates for Arms 2 is over with. Arms 1 is over with. So why not start getting ready to announce Arms 2? there's still, like I said, there's still a big community for ARMS, and if people will get happy if ARMS 2 got announced. Now, if ARMS 2 didn't sell, I keep saying ARMS 2. If ARMS didn't sell past 1 million, then I could see it not being announced. But ARMS 1 did sell a lot, so why not announce ARMS 2? That'd be crazy for Nintendo not to do.
I didn't say it didn't sell a lot, but Nintendo can't even put out multiple Mario games on one system. Why would they put out an IP that is lesser known?
It's not lesser known. I think if they put,
you think just as many people know what ARMS is as they do Mario?
Yeah,
you're insane.
Mario has a.
What are you smoking over there?
Mario has a bigger history, of course, with ARMS. ARMS was a new IP when the Switch was still new. With a new IP coming out selling that big on the new console, that's crazy. Look how Splatoon did. And Splatoon wasn't even a full game yet when it sort of got all its updates. But that continued to sell well. So why not have ARMS 2 be announced?
Well, in that case, you get Splatoon 3, Mario Kart 9, and another Kirby game at the same time.
I wouldn't be surprised. Now, Kirby's the one that will probably get announced again. Shoot. Don't forget when Kirby got announced from one direct and then the next direct was another Kirby game. You was like, dang, didn't they just bring this one out?
Ed, you're making my head hurt really bad right now. I need some Tylenol! Extra strength!
Just get you some chicken salad or
I'm so hungry.
Put your Master Chief's, just put your Master Chief helmet on. It'll protect you from the pain.
As I slam my head on the desk.
But if ARMS 2 did get announced, y'all two owe me an apology. I'm just gonna say that if it does.
I mean,
I'm just saying
ARMS 2 will come out on whatever the next Switch device is, or the next Nintendo device is.
I think
ARMS 2 will not come out in the next 4 years.
I think ARMS 2 will be announced for Switch. It might not come out. It might come out in next year, but it's going to get announced. And I think at this not E3. I think a possibility for this direct, it can be announced. I'm just saying. You want
Icarus Paperboy.
You know what?
I think that has a better chance of being announced in ARMS 2.
No, it does not.
All right, my Switch prediction.
Oh, we got to get Jesse's prediction first.
I know we do, but my Switch game prediction, besides the Star Fox Racing game, I think that's happening sooner than you think it is. I think that they are going to announce an original Mario and Luigi RPG for Switch at some point this year.
I can see that.
The last major one was Paper Jam in 2016, I think. And, their side team has kind of been porting the GBA and DS games up to the 3DS. So, I mean, I could see it. I want that really bad because those games are hilarious.
Was Paper Jam after the Dream one?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, let's see, it was Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Then it was Partners in Time was the first DS game. Bowser's Inside Story was the second DS game. Dream Team, then Paper Jam, where they kind of mashed Paper Mario in with it. So,
okay, because I thought Paper Mario was because they mixed. They
made a Paper Mario
both
game.
Of them.
Well, they made a Paper Mario game for 3DS as well. Sticker Star or whatever.
Sticker Star is the one, but Paper Jam is the mix of both of them. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I could really see a new Mario and Luigi game. Although I still think that would not do well in like a fall situation. I think they would push that. I think that would be like where the Mario U came out this year. I think that would be where like a Mario and Luigi game would kind of sit well. So I want one of those games really bad, though, by the way. I almost, when I went and got Ukulele and then the Super Meat Boy today, I almost got the Bowser's Inside Story for 3DS.
But, I still need to get it.
So, but Jesse,
with our predictions, do you, they don't have to technically be really coming out this year, but be announced this year, right?
Right.
Yeah, like Ed's ARMS 2 prediction.
Well, because, I think it's getting to the point now where it's been like long enough that like the new
smiling, Corey.
the Mario Kart, Mario Kart's been out. I could see us maybe getting next year an F-Zero game.
Yeah. I could see an F-Zero game coming soon because
but
it's been
don't think this year though. It would have to be next year.
That's the one that when Nintendo said that it's something that the fans would be delighted about, and I think that would be the one that would match that quote.
You know what? You know what I don't understand?
Or it could be the end of the year that it comes out.
Like a lot of teams these days alternate between franchises, right? Bethesda does Skyrim or Elder Scrolls and Fallout. I mean, I don't even know what I'm trying to say now, but I don't understand why Nintendo's teams don't take that approach either. Why doesn't Intelligent Systems go Fire Emblem, Advance Wars, Fire Emblem, Advance Wars, or Fire Emblem Codename Steam? They have those 3 IPs, right? Why doesn't Nintendo do that with Mario Kart and F-Zero? Why don't they swap? Or you know what I mean? Why don't they try some of their smaller teams do alternate stuff like that?
I think because they try to do something innovative and create something new and fresh.
I agree. I agree with that, but I'm just saying you could do that with some smaller IP, right?
Yeah. And I think
maybe F-Zero is the wrong franchise. Maybe whatever this new Star Fox racing game is, whatever that idea is. And I know Retro's doing Metroid Prime 4 now, but I could have seen them taking F-Zero, if this Star Fox game was successful, them taking F-Zero and applying that to this.
Well, I was thinking of this though, it's very possible though that whatever little information was out there was, that Star Fox was in it, but how do we know that it's maybe not just an actual F-Zero game, but it's got those characters in it as well?
We
mixing of the
maybe Star Fox cross F-Zero type thing.
Kind of like the Sonic versus, or what was it, with the cart where they had the cart things
Mario
where you could
All-Stars Racing?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
where it was a mix of the two.
I think it's because the Star Fox games, I think they only have 2 side ones, instead of the main series. Because then Bandai Namco do a Star Fox game, and
Rare did Star Fox Adventures. Bandai Namco did Star Fox Assault on GameCube, which was more of a traditional Star Fox game.
Yeah,
and then Retro has some. I think they worked on. I think they helped with Star Fox Command, that DS game.
Okay.
So I mean, there's a couple side games, but
the main series.
By the way, anybody who owns a 3DS, Star Fox 64 3D is only $20 right now.
Yes, but the main games have been in house with Nintendo.
Yeah. But the Star Fox Grand Prix isn't a mainline game. I wouldn't think it's considered a mainline game.
It'd be a side game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so, I think what if this is their side? Remember that long rumored Star Fox game they were rumored on that was crossing over with Metroid. Remember that was a big rumor that Retro was working on a Star Fox game cross Metroid, and they would cross paths or whatever. Mm-hmm. What if this is that game and there's F-Zero and it's Star Fox Grand Prix, but there's characters from other franchises in it, like F-Zero and like Metroid. What if Samus is in this game?
Yeah,
and it would be more of a space sci-fi racer adventure game, in not exactly like Diddy Kong Racing, but in that vein of hey, we need to complete these missions and they involve racing. To propel the story forward. I think that's an interesting concept.
It'd be a way for them to put all their other IP into a different racing game outside of Mario Kart. Mario Kart could be that kind of game, and then this could be more of an actual traditional racing game.
But see, the problem the problem with it between Mario Kart and the Star Fox thing is that Mario Kart has a bigger universe of characters than Star Fox.
Right, but this could be the side game. This could be the side game that put your lesser known IP, and then like, okay, if Star Fox Grand Prix does well and people like it because there's F-Zero characters in it, why don't we shift some resources over to prototype an F-Zero game? You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
This game could be a way to test the new tech, and try to like this, how certain games they'll make like a smaller game and they'll try out new stuff and then they'll integrate that into the new game they come out with next. Yeah, it could be a way for them to kind of try to work on doing something like that.
What is the one racing game that looks like Wipeout that came
Fast Racing Neo?
Racing. Yeah. So everybody's wanting that template, that design of the game to be the next F-Zero.
Yeah, I mean that game's really good though. That game has a lot of F-Zero and mixed with Wipeout in it. Like that has a lot of, I think they actually pitched Nintendo when Fast Racing Neo came out on the Wii U. I think they actually pitched to Nintendo, "Hey, we want to make an F-Zero game. Here's our prototype." Nintendo said no, so they just made their own F-Zero game, which became Fast Racing.
And I think Nintendo probably could use that idea of doing Star Fox and Metroid together, and having them created, because we really haven't heard much from them.
Yeah.
That would be the possibility of happening. I just hope that if they do decide it, to have at least a bigger cast, because Star Fox not having like very well characters.
Yeah, I mean you have the Star Fox team, you have Fox's dad, you have Star Wolf. Maybe you put Andros in there and Crystal, I guess, from Adventures, and man, the Triceratops. What was his name? Tricky from that Adventures. The little Triceratops that followed you around. I mean, like, I wouldn't want that, but like,
I mean, and you still could put Samus and the one Samus that was imitating her from the Prime games.
Dark Samus.
Dark Samus. I thought she had a different name, but no. Yeah. But I mean, I think there's stuff that you could add in more to have.
Yeah, so. and F-Zero clearly has a fan base that Nintendo, I guess, doesn't warrant a full game, but like if you incorporate characters from F-Zero that people like enjoy using from those from the old arcade games and the Sega game for GameCube, and if you incorporate some of those characters into it and just to fill out a roster, I think that could garner a big push towards that IP too.
Yes.
So any final thoughts? We've been running kind of long, and we're gonna skip question block for today because just because we're gonna skip it. So
if my R2 get announced, hopefully Jesse and Corey will send me apologies or chicken sandwiches. I'll take.
Nope.
It was Jesse. I gotta ask you something when we get off before you go. When we get off the show, it's food related, and I don't know if you've seen it yet. But I'm excited for this direct if it happens on the 13th. Of course, I'm going to be watching Japan's. I'm also going to be watching Europe's, because I think there's going to be different games announced, and I kind of want to see what every territory is getting. So if it does happen on Wednesday, I am definitely excited. I kind of wish it was happening on Thursday, because that would be my Valentine's Day gift from Nintendo to us.
Oh, man, I really hope this is happening. I mean, man, you said you're off on Wednesday, Ed?
Unfortunately, it's next Wednesday on the 18th. I thought I looked at it. Yeah.
Fail.
But
I guess I'm going to have to do this by myself. This direct recap by myself.
Oh, no, you will not. I bet I will.
It's like, switch shifts, please. Oh, man.
And I know the person I could talk to get my switch change, so something might be able to be worked out.
Any final thoughts, Jesse, from your point of view? Just
nope.
No. Okay.
I'm good.
I'm good. We're good. I think 2019 is going to be a pretty big year for Switch. It seems like I still think Mario Maker 2.0 gets announced at some point this year to be kind of like a secondary tentpole title for them. I think we get.
I'm not even ready for April yet.
I know April's, dude. I was looking at like the list of games coming out for April. I really hope Nintendo doesn't have anything coming out in April because everybody else sure does.
Exactly.
We have Darksiders, Shovel Knight, Final Fantasy X-10-2, Final Fantasy 12, Dragon's Dogma, Mortal Kombat 11, and there's something else big coming out in April too. But that's 7 games for Switch coming out in April. That's like, whoa, man, that's a lot. Also, Final Fantasy VII is in the most recent Nintendo Switch commercial, so that release could be imminent as well. So, I think whenever the direct is, Final Fantasy VII is going to be the game that they say that's available. You can buy the game on your Switch as soon as the direct is over. I think it's going to be one of those types of announcements. So,
and I will be downloading it.
I'll wait for 9. I'm just kidding. I'll play 7. I'm
agreeing with you.
I play 7 a lot of crap, but like I'll play it because I think I need to give that game another fair chance. To be honest with you, I haven't played it in like 18 years or so. So, I played it on PS when I got my PS2 in Final Fantasy 9. I played through Final Fantasy 9 and immediately bought 7 and 8. And I played 8 before I played 7. And then I played 7 and I was like, why do I have to press circle to advance instead of X? And I was like, I'm done. Just kidding. So, but anyway, I will give that game its fair shake. I promise everybody. Don't worry. I will give it my fair shake. So
I agree with you, Corey. I want 9 quick than over 7.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going to wrap up this episode since we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes. I did not realize we were going that long. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember, you can find Nintendo Pow Block on youtube.com/Nintendo Pow Block. You can find all of our content there as well as ngrradio.com. You can download the podcast on your podcast service of choice on Tuesdays at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. I almost forgot what day this show came out. We are approaching episode 150. Very excited for that show to happen. Hopefully there's something big to talk about that day, or it's just going to be a really boring episode 150. But actually, if you want, guys, email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. And maybe for episode 150, if there's nothing big, we'll have a giant question block episode, and we'll just answer fan questions and do something like that. We'll celebrate the fans for that episode. So get us your questions for that. Remember to enter our giveaway, sub and enter, and go to our Facebook group or Twitter and post your sub screenshot there and tell us your favorite Nintendo memory. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Nintendo_P-Block. Also, quick looks of Travis Strikes Again and Wargroove will be up on the site as soon as this episode posts, hopefully. So check those out as well. Is there anything I'm forgetting? I don't think so. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode, and you can check out Optional Pingin on SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn, and Google Play. 2 new episodes will be dropping Wednesday and Friday, so you guys will be able to check that out. And also check out ngrradio.com for my latest blog. This one is going to probably surprise everybody, and I am getting ready to do the Crackdown 3 review once the game comes out, so you guys will be able to check that out also.
Nice. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at PhantomMaggot_AX.
Nice. Nice. Sorry, Matt sent me this picture in our chat, and it's I'll tell you guys later. You can find me at CoreyNHD713 on Twitter. You can find me at CoreyNHD on Instagram and Twitch. I've been streaming a lot more lately, which is pretty fun. Except I was streaming with Jesse the other night, and I was like falling asleep while we were streaming The Division. Not gonna lie to you, Jesse. During the end of that mission, I was like really dozing off. But yeah, you can find me there. You can find me on Nerds Gone Rogue podcast, as well as Arsenal X and various other podcasts on the network. Go to ngrradio.com/subscribe if you want to subscribe to a specific show and don't know where to find us. Go there, and that's a nice, easy way. Links everywhere. Good time. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Click that bell. Subscribe to our other channels. Help us reach 100 on those channels. And until next time, we love you.
Bye, everybody. Woohoo!